Check, check, check. All right, I think the audio is coming through okay. Just gonna check and make sure that the stream is up. Looks like the stream is working, so that's good. Got my coffee ready and just need to figure out the date to trade. So I'm gonna head on over to random.org. Let's see, random calendar date generator. And also copy this link, put it on up into index futures. Okay, so I want to do this month, of course, since I'm going to remember a lot of what happened. You know, if I did this month, of course, I would just be looking to, I don't know, put on a short, high up, and just wait all day, right? You end up with like an impressive few hundred points. So I'm gonna limit myself to last month around this time, on the 20th, and 4 months prior to now, which would be June. Okay, oops, June and 20th. Okay, we're doing weekdays only. There's no way to filter out holidays, so I will check and make sure. I'll probably veer away from, or at least check if it's a Monday. Here we go. Check if it's a Monday to make sure that it's not a holiday. So we have like a Monday here, you know, for instance. Been doing a lot of June and July. So let's try a September. Let's try because I'm lazy and I don't want to see if September 3rd was a holiday. Let's try Tuesday, September 4th. Come up here to date and do 0904. And we'll do this an hour in, or a little bit earlier, actually, an hour and a half before the market opens. 10 times speed just to kick things off. Hope the music's not too loud. Here we are. Oh wow, very bearish getting into the session, right? On the London Open. So let's take a look at some stuff here. Break of the 240. Break of the 240. Okay, we have support below at the 50. So I'll go ahead and make a little drawing here. Support below at the 50. Around here. And we got resistance above, right around, probably around 76.50, honestly. So Okay, let's check out the 60-minute frame. 60-minute, what do we got? What do we got? We have an Ichimoku up there as well. We have some support in these tails. Tail section up here, so that's what we're testing right now. Oh, a lot of tails going on here. Okay. And we have, what else do we have? Have some immediate resistance way up here. And any other prior support in the RTH session? Not really. I mean, maybe down here. You know, maybe down here. So I'll go ahead and put something in there. Those are kind of like some zones here. Maybe I'll color the 240 so I know that these are moving averages. So these are the 240 time scale. These are the hourly things as far as hourly tails go. Yeah, yeah, the white zones. There we go. And oh yeah, let's look at the daily. Oh wow. Very bullish on the daily. Could backfill like always. But who knows? Turnaround Tuesday. That's Monday. Turnaround Tuesday, we could get some down action there. But I'm gonna flip over to the what I'm thinking of as the scalp stuff here. Maybe take a peek at the 15 every now and then. Yeah, 15. Okay. Some stuff coming up there. Still trying to figure out like what exactly I want to use as far as my, you know, I like the tick charts for my entries, my entry points. So I'm gonna leave that as my primary entry order device or screen. But I don't know, like I do like the range as far as immediate cumulative delta goes, right? Because the range itself range bars show you ease of movement, in my opinion. But I think they might also be the best thing to use for cumulative delta as well, you know, to break it out of time, because it's showing the effectiveness of the order flow, right? Because price changing logs a bar, and it also logs a balance of cumulative delta, right? If you just pin cumulative delta to time, I don't know about that. Hey Dan, what's up? Now question, how did I pick 133 ticks for short term? I don't have 1330T for long term. I don't have long term tick charts. I've seen them though. I've seen like people put on you know, 100,000 tick charts, and they put up what else, like 100,000, 50,000, 10,000, like these huge tick numbers, right? And I look for tick divergences with something like RSI or stochastic or some sort of oscillator. I don't know. I'm not big on those. Not really big on those. Problem with oscillators is they're not adaptive. They don't adapt to volatility. So you constantly have to like dial them in to whatever the volatility is. And so you just have that on the fly. You have to work with that on the fly, I guess curve fitting. I don't know. a lot of negative connotations with curve fitting, right? So we're at 8:04 now, 8:05, last half hour, still very bearish. I don't really see any good trades. Like we were in this kind of like chop zone, and I was like, well, you know, if we fall out of it, then maybe we could run, but it's also like half hour before we open, and you know, we're in a bullish market, so are we gonna open, you know, if I would figure if we opened going straight down, then, you know, we'd probably end up like bouncing and coming all the way back up. Just that kind of contrarian thing. Another thing I've been checking out though, so we do have a bearish, obviously have a bearish bias to the open, right? I've had this idea of just looking at the 3 minute. I'm really liking the 3 minute chart lately. Using the 3 minute, there's some moving averages here. The usual suspects, 8, 21, and 50 EMA. And then of course we have the overnight ETH VWAP up here. That in conjunction with the 60 minute is just like awesome for context, right? So the entry to this short would have been way up here, maybe on the break of this this 21 EMA, right? 21 EMA breakdown right there, and you get this like nice, continuance, right? So I mean, bearish bias to open, but you know, I still don't want to be in this right now. You know, with this 3 minute, I primarily am liking the 21 and the 50 for entries. You know, in this 8 EMA, not so great for entries, but pretty decent for trailing your stop. You know, if you wanted to get in on this trailing your stop. So let's look at this. So maybe you try the 21. Things are kind of bow tying here. 21, little scalp, and you actually get a nice entry around the 50 EMA, right? And then now it's like, okay, 50 EMA is holding. We're not getting any violation of the 21. You know, so failed to get to 21 once, failed to get to 21 twice, and boom, off to the races, right? And then now we're starting to get that same thing again, you know, but we're also about to open on the market. We're down here at 76.34, and on the daily that's around 34. Oh wow, yeah, that's like the very bottom over here of the prior day. So if we open up down there, it's like, okay, well, how much room do we really have to run? Maybe to 76.02, which would be the 8 EMA area, you know, but then we probably bounce, right? So do I have something? Yeah, 76.02 is also this blue, which is I think the 240 minute. Is that right? Yeah, the 240 minute 50 EMA is down here as well. So that's great for a bounce. You know, it's such a clear target there. Maybe I should try it. I mean, we're failing back out. So, let's kick this back up. Back up to 5 times speed. 1 time speed, way too slow. Hey Bob, what's up? I'm just using the whole moving average for cumulative delta volume to give a bias, right? And I'm liking it more with this range bar setup, you know, because like chopping up cumulative delta by time, yeah, slightly arbitrary. But if you're pairing, you know, if you're pairing it with range bars, then essentially what you're saying is like, I want to see which volume is associated with price change, you know. So if there's a ton of volume but very little price change, then it's not going to really affect, you know, it's not really going to affect the average, the moving average that much. But if there's like not a lot of volume and tons of price movement, you know, you have that strange correlation going on, right? Where it's like, well, you had this big price change, but volume wasn't supporting it. So it's like that the bias or the average isn't going to change, you know. And so that's kind of like the idea that you get there, you have a spike on weak volume. Normally that's going to retrace, right? So it kind of like pairs up really well. So philosophically, I guess I really like the idea of that, of cumulative delta with range bars. So I might be able to save room to just like scrap it completely from the time bars, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. So we're getting a little bit of bounce here. That's a good bounce. Come on up to like Pock. Maybe give a little scalp try. Let's see what we got. What was that anyway? Kind of 38 fib. It's really tight in here, so it's hard to really call fibs in this area. But who knows? Maybe we get a free trade out of this. And I can be pretty tight with this, because if it pops up through this, it's gonna run, you know. It's gonna run to that 50. In fact, I would buy it. So I'm about to get stopped, and then boom, into a position. All right, it's pretty aggressive, I know. But here, I'll take one off if we get right there. Also helps that this is sim, right? And I'm like, screw it, I'll just throw an order on. But that's also the point of this practice session. You know, I'm trying to evaluate things. It'll be really weird. So, I was thinking about this the other day. One of the really nice things is that, you know, picking a random date in the past, it keeps you a little bit more flexible. Like right now, oh yeah, of course, here we go. Of course, yeah, complete reversal. Didn't get to any clear price objective. Whoa, let me change this to 1x speed. All right, 1x speed. Didn't get any kind of clear price objective going on there. Oh no, that's not what I was thinking of. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you know, eventually the market's gonna go kind of like back to normal, back to like just tighter range days. You're not gonna see 200-point range days anymore. You're gonna like, you know, Nasdaq will settle into its nice, predictable, kind of like 100-point range days, right? Top to bottom. Maybe close with like 40 points up or 40 points down. You know, just normal stuff, right? So it's good to actually have some practice in for that, you know, as opposed to, I don't know. As opposed to like, you know, spending, because I think we're going to have a few more weeks, right? As opposed to having like some weeks where, you know, we're just gonna open and drop. That's it. Not even give us like a 5-minute structure. Because if that's the case, screw it. Let's take it on down if it's just gonna really go. I would figure it would at least come up first before failing. You know, be a gentleman about it. Be a lady. Okay, there we go. We got something. Be a gentleman about it. Mm-hmm. Do my liquidity provider entry here. See if that's working. It's actually too short. It's too early in the day in the first minute to really do that, because normally the first part of the day is all about like breakouts and extensions, but we'll see. Okay. All right, I'll take you. What? That's some bullshit. That's bullshit right there. I think that the one of the issues with this is that Sim doesn't play. I don't think it plays tick by tick. Does it? Oh, you know what? I have it on standard replay. You can actually calculate every tick, right? High CPU usage. But I mean, I have this, 16 core AMD 2700X processor. I might as well put it to use, right? So. Let's just take that as a scalp. Not worry about it. So we're in the first 5 minutes. I have a I'm down 6 points from this chop. I'm gonna just stick with my own rules, right? Don't trade the 30 minutes before. And kind of like stay out of the noise. Okay, at least the first 5 minutes. Coffee. Coffee's just the best. Let's see. Seeing some nice action with the 21 hull directly on the chart. Haven't tested it. Okay. Yeah. Because the way the hull is calculated, I wouldn't expect it to provide support, right? I would expect it to work more like a context thing, sort of like linear regression average, right? I did like I in the past I tried a linear regression average and had it mixed in, and it seemed to give some pretty decent, like, overbought, oversold things, but I don't know. I actually think, was it Julie Wade in Chat with Traders? Linear regression is a big part of her moving averages. So whenever she sees, it's like it's predictive, right? And that's why she has it in there. It's predictive, so it actually flips context on you before you actually get any kind of price confirmation. If you're using linear regression paired with, I don't know if it's just two different time frames of LRA, linear regression average, or if it or what she has going on with that. I just remember I played around with that one for a while. It's an interesting tool. All right. So are we gonna actually get a breakout here? We have 5 minutes, so and then okay, I'll take a breakout. Boom, we're in it, and we come back. If we come back, then I'll wait again. But we have this target all the way down here. It needs to be hit. Let's see, where am I gonna take some profit here? It could come all the way up to VWAP. So let's do one of these thingies where we say, here was the breakout, and yeah, it did get a little bit of support there. So this is probably good to take some right there, and we're in a nice position. Look at that. Isn't that great? Come on down. And yes, I will take a long here if and when we get down there. Let me switch back to, we've got 3 minutes. Yeah, see if we get some noise going on with that 3 minute. And I will I'll just get rid of that. That's no longer useful. This is still useful. That's very useful. These are the 240 minute levels, by the way. So super wide stop on this, right? 0.2, and by super wide stop I mean like at least 10 points. on that. So we'll see. And Bob, what do you mean divergences on that? Are you talking about running like multiple hull averages? You know, looking for rollovers, stuff like that? That's an interesting idea. Could be kind of a turn it into kind of a early momentum thing, since it chops through the center of so much stuff. Okay, so we have a little breakout here. Because that's such a clean breakout, then your anchor for your fib should actually be the breakout point. We have some nice little over-under action happening on this tick, so that's probably, even though it's like a tick below that, that's probably where you should measure it from. And if I'm gonna add, let's add. Do we have any other confluence? Let's try this. This was the last fail point. Nah, not really some confluence there. Oh, I don't know. Taking it right there. Oh, it's so early in the day. I will roll my stop to break even though. A little bit below it. Kind of have some resistance there. It's tough. It's tough. I don't know. I'd want this to play out for a little bit. You know, get closer to the end of the first 15 minutes, and then put in my order. Bob, you about to embark on your road trip? Tour of the states, by the way. Tour of the states, by the way. Not much to do right now. You know, when you get a break like this up here, it's easy, right? It's easy to manage. And excuse me, eating some hazelnuts. Get on down there. Boom. We're out. We're out of that short. And oh, don't be like that. Here, just give me this. Give me it. Yeah. Okay. Do that. Got down in there, touching it just by a tick. So annoying. So annoying. And from there, I would expect at least back to VWAP. So I'm not gonna be looking to. I'm looking for failure, honestly, because if it just punches through the 50 EMA like it's not even there, then I'm just straight up wrong. You know, wrong is wrong, right? So let's finance this a little bit. Come on up here. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take a wrong. That's fine. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm about to be wrong. Right? Am I? Yeah, there we go. So down 15 points today. There we go. I don't know though. I mean, from down here, I would still want to be looking for long trades. You know, even though. I guess I could wait until we get down here. I'm being stubborn. I think it's because I don't want to shorten the hole. You know, I'd rather take retracement trade. Although this 38.2 is pretty close to it. And I'll point out that on a 240 chart, yes, this is a break, but it's not like a huge break, right? So, all right, we have some more structure coming in here. Let's see, let me take a look. Yeah, this is 240 chart. We broke this 50, but if it comes back in, who knows? We have tails, so I'll try for a bounce down there instead of trying to wait for a reversal here. What does it look like on the 3? No help on the 3. You know, maybe go short up here. You never know. But, well, pretty short. Pretty precarious, to say the least. You know, probably get some little bounce action happening around this. We'll wait for it to come in around this 60-minute tails area. What's that from? Let me see. Oh, there's also a 200 moving average, and here's the tails. So about 75-ish would be where I'd be looking for. Roll that down to 65 and see if we get it. If not, if we come up to VWAP and this time frame, then I don't mind shorting. You know, don't mind shorting. But this area, overall, something's got to resolve. You know, we did get up and over this prior thing, so that's technically a little bit of a long signal most days for me. This level, this 50 EMA on the 240. Yeah, that's still holding up. Okay, we come back in here. I don't know. You know, the thing that gets me here is that we're on this 8 EMA. So if this is truly a big day down, then we're gonna end up like coming all the way down to this 21 EMA. So the fact that this didn't hold up, that is interesting. That was interesting. I should probably just stay short since we're all the way through this 8 EMA already. Yeah. We just melted through it on the 240 and on the daily. You know, we just melted on through it. What's the lower price objective, which would be around 75.22? Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna fight it then. I'll just go with it. But I would still like it to get up to fucking VWAP. First 15 minutes are in. And they're very bearish 15 minutes. Let's see if we can fuck around, get everyone out of their position. They're coming all the way up here, so that I can short. Please and thank you. Where would it be? Right around here. Yeah, that would look good. That would look good. If not, then this becomes, this becomes something to watch. So if we come up here and reject, then, okay, let's see. Oh, we're in. Okay, so we're back in. Back in. All right. And back out. All right. Okay. Gotcha. Just saying. Oh yeah. What do we got on the range here? So we got bullish on the range so far, range bar thing. We don't have any kind of, even on an 8 EMA basis, we don't have anything as far as like shortable. So if this keeps on going sideways, then that'll pull the average down, give me an entry. If it just takes off without me, then well, kind of sucks. You know, we are starting to get a little bit of rolling here. A little bit of rolling on CD. 47. Okay, so still positive, still getting buying. Okay, starting to get a little bit of rolling. Back in. Back in. A little fake out there. Stop run. Miniature stop run. Uh-oh. Look at this. Look at all this rolling. It's just a time thing, you know? It's like if I'm gonna wait until the last, I'd want to wait until the last like 10 minutes to put my order in. I mean, it is looking good. Yeah, you know, I'll put it in. I'll put it right there. Let's see. Let's see if we get it. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get back to VWAP because all of this. It's probably gonna make me chase too. You're gonna make me chase? Fuck you. Alright, here, I'll leave it there because we have like 10 minutes to go. Alright. Oh, now. Yeah, now of course it comes to where I want. Widen out these stops. Look at that. Rolling, 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 pop. It like appeared over here. I think one of the issues with this is the replay. You know, I'm not getting, because it's only giving me every second, you know, so I can't actually see what's going on. I'll add one in there. And I'm about to get stopped out of it, huh? But, I mean, targets are all like down there. Yeah, we might get a little response from these like 60-minute tails, but on the daily and the 240, those are broken. I'm not really interested or checking for that sort of thing. I will finance this trade some though. We'll get down here. I'll finance some of this if we pop down there. Last 10 minutes. Oh, and I'm out. Let's see what do we got going on up here. Positive CD. Right. I wonder if I can change this. Let me see. Pause. will it allow that sort of change? No. Uh-oh. I think I just fucked it up. Okay, so practice session. Down 31 points on a bearish day here. What else do I got going? Down 31 points, and I just want to switch this at 851 on 9-4. Okay, hold on. Let's try this out. Let's try this out because it's getting to me. I'm gonna use some high CPU usage, right? So 9-4 at 851, and I'm down 31 points. I'm not trying to not trying to change that. I want to see. Yes. Interprocessing step in seconds. Oh. I don't actually understand this. Processing step. 60 seconds, like a minute? Okay, we're gonna have to try. We're gonna have to try this because I don't know. Wow, this is just dead. Is it literally like waiting for the entire minute? That's ridiculous. Okay, hold on. Let's try this one more time. Let's try point 10. Sorry, point 1. Will that let me do it? Point 10. Sorry, point 1. Will that let me do it? You know what? Fuckers. It's I don't think it'll let me do it. It just won't. It won't replay the market tick for tick, you know. So, I guess that makes sense. Like the finest grain of detail here that it's going to give me is going to be 1 second, you know, which was there's no change from standard replay then compared to this. So yeah, that kind of sucks. I think it makes it more difficult too, because it just doesn't look right. The way these bars are filling, it's too even, I guess. You know, you don't typically get such an even looking mix of tick bars. So, Here, let's try and short here if we get it. Very, very positive on the CD though, right? It's just getting absorbed. Very, very positive. Here, I'll take it. I'll take it, because you know what? I think that at the very least, maybe it comes up here. All right. And if not, then I'm gonna get this entry. I won't be able to finance in, which kind of sucks, right? But I expect it to move quite a bit down off of this. We'll see. We'll see, right? And keeping in mind that I have like a 30-point weight around my neck here. You know what's interesting? what was it? Harold. So everyone knows him as Harold. I just know him as like, hey, somebody shared this video of this guy. He actually has 2 YouTube channels. He has one that's called Live Day Trading, which is cool. Nice, simple name, right? And then he actually, I don't know if he wants people to know this or not, you know, but he has like a separate account where he trades. He has an account with TradingView, which I thought was kind of interesting. He trades futures. He trades Nasdaq on it. And what's interesting with that is he goes live a lot more with his other one. So, you know, he's just showing live. He's trading Nasdaq, and huge loss. You know, I was really shocked actually just by how bad. Okay, here we go. Put another one on up here around 7,600. I'm gonna move these stops past VWAP. There we go. Past VWAP here. It looks to me anyway like it's not respecting the daily Fibonacci's there. It looks like it was respecting this failure point way up here, right? Because look how much trouble it's having getting through this area. I mean, you spent all this time, you know, it couldn't pop through it. Now we have some action here. I will put my last order here. It's gonna be protective stop, right? So we'd be down. I just want to, you know, be upfront about this, and I think I've become more comfortable seeing this in these last few days, where I'll have like you know, 60 points down against me, you know, because like my swing trades are pulling in, you know, the swing trades are pulling in like 40 points a pop, right? So that's always interesting. It's not gonna get up there? No? You're not gonna come on up to VWAP so I can short the F out of you? Okay, yeah. Do it. Get up there. Dare ya. And I'm not kidding about this. I really would have in this scenario. I probably, you know, maybe would have like stops right here and then, you know, get back in just to save myself a few more points. But no, I'd be shorting the fuck out of VWAP off of this type of move and this timing. You know. Come on, get up there. Almost doesn't count. So I need that fill. There we go. So I'm in. That's it. This is the make or break trade. If this does not work, then this day is over. Like, nada. Zilch. First target back to POC on this. Second target right above. Put 3 there. And then I'll reserve the other 5 for much lower. And let's speed this up, because honestly, this session has taken much longer than expected. I guess I've been used to the market playing out, like price change playing out much more quickly lately, right? And really, this is it. I'm not like scalping. I'm not scalping any of this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are you gonna get me? Might get me. I think this might be it. Might be the end of the day. Huge, giant loss. That's it. End of day. Wow. Look at that. Fucked around back there. And then Came right through. So that's it. Horrible practice session for me, right? We did not read that at all. But what I do appreciate about this is that, one, I didn't lose any real money. Two, seeing this like starts getting my head back, you know, like keeping it flexible, right? Because all this action that we've had recently, we haven't had anything really appear like this, like any kind of bottom, right? That's really interesting, you know, that it held up, what day is this? Right, yeah, this is 9/4. That coming back to 70.02. Where was 02? I guess it was back up here. Now we came up to 02. We broke out. Came all the way back up. Look at this. Look at this. Is this going to be one of those weird days where, yeah, bounced? I guess recently, I'm just expecting these days, right? Where you're just like, oh, you cracked an average. Okay, well you're gonna continue to the next average, right? And the reality is that's not how most days played out. So look at that, all the way back. Crazy, huh? Yeah. If this came up to here, that would be a good short, right? All the way back up to this 50 EMA. Looks like the 21 EMA is also holding up here. Let's see. This would be one of the more interesting days. Where is this control? Let's see how this day plays out, because I do like to just see how these days play out. Oh, we'll bounce between VWAPs. Cool. And then all the way up. Do we get to that 50? Probably gonna try to achieve it. This was the resistance on 240 up here. Look at that. Beautiful. Nailed it to the tick. Are we gonna come back up to it? Maybe. Down, back up. Down. Wow. This has been a hard day for me to trade. You know? Because, what is it? Over here, initial balance. You know, we break initial balance to the upside. And we sell way off. Oh, wow. Yeah. Just timing-wise. That would have been a difficult day. What it look like on the 3? Ooh, big loss. Look at this. Now we're coming all the way back up. Holy crap. Huh. Look at that noise. Huh. Man. Up to the 50. We still haven't touched it yet. If you get up to the 50, you just tag it in short. Right? No? I'll throw something on there. No? Okay. Well, it's failing. Whoa, I couldn't even keep up with it. Oh, because of the 240. Hold on. All right. Well, loser of a sim day. Very interesting. I want to say this as well. That sim day, even though it was really weird, as far as like sequences go, or it was truly a range day where you came all the way down, made new highs, came all the way back to lows, came all the way back to the highs. You know, like that's not a lot of days do that. Only takeaway from that I can think of is like, don't, you know, I don't. I'm very aware recently of the saying that pops in your head, like, oh, that was a hard day, oh, that was surprising, oh, that was, you know, it's not. None of it's surprising. None of it is, right? Because if you are literally saying, oh, that's surprising, you know, that was interesting, that was unexpected, right? If you're saying that every single day, then, you know, that just means that there's some giant missing thing of your analysis. So I'm watching that and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, well, you know, do I have expectations? Am I following? You know, I did have expectations. I had expectations that it would fail. Fail at that one spot. You know, maybe I need to reevaluate that and just say, like, okay, well, if it's going to come back to VWAP, it's going to come back to VWAP over, you know, that significant area, that significant 50 EMA on the 240, right? And so if it's coming over that, if it actually gets up to that, then it kind of undoes a lot of what's going on, you know? So I think the better way to play that would be if the VWAP were way above, you know, like you didn't yet hit your lower price objective for that day, and that VWAP were still, and everything was still far above it, right? Then that would be a better way to play that out. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll play around more with that idea. Yeah, the other thing I've been trying to keep in mind lately, anyway, and it makes it a little bit difficult, is you know, the idea of, do you scalp or do you try to trend? You know, so for a while I've been trying to veer away from scalping, right? And try to find these like big trend trades. And so they've been bad. I've had some of my biggest profitable days since I've switched over to a style of trying to trend trade, but I've noticed that I've had less consistency with my profits, right? Because I'll have like giant profits, and then I'll have just like whatever profits, and yeah, it's getting to the point where, you know, I used to be in the beginning of the year. I used to be ecstatic. I used to be ecstatic whenever I saw 20, you know, anything around 20 or 30 points in Q. I'd be like, oh wow, what a great day, you know. I'd be happy with that. I think one of the things that's changed since I've gone up in scaling and size, and I've changed over to like trending, is that now I feel like I need to like push. I need to push more, because if I don't see you know, 50 or 60 points in a day, then I feel like, oh, you know, this day wasn't worth it. You know, like I should keep on trading until I get to my price goal, right? And it's probably, I mean, it has to be negative. It has to be negative. So that's another thing that I want to address. I want to try to work on there. There are, and I'll say this, there are some really good price objectives to look for in the market, right? And you know, trying to find the balance between scalping and trending is always tricky. So, you know, the general idea there now is I want to primarily scalp until we reach like a really good price objective, and then you know, I'll take my trade, If I lose that trade, then I'll just step away from the market, right? Because if it's truly rejecting off of that area, most of the time, not recently because the market's just been so volatile, but most of the time, it's going to start creating confirmation structure to the opposite side. And normally that's not confirmation structure that's done in the first like 10 minutes. Normally it's playing out in at least a 15-minute time frame. So play my reversal. If I get stopped out of that reversal, which would be a trend position, then go ahead and take that loss, take that stop, and just step away, sort of thing. So head in tomorrow with that sort of thing. A little bit cheesy, but I'll write it down on a piece of paper or something like that, and just keep it on my desk, a little flat sheet of paper. And yeah, that's it. Very interesting day to choose, that fourth day. But I like that. I like those I guess interesting days, which I should stop saying that. Interesting, surprising day sort of thing. Anyway, everyone, have a good weekend.